Hello, friends. How are you all? Hope you are doing great at various aspects of your lives. Reading books by Christopher C. Doyle has always been a pleasure for those who love exploring the mythology retold genre. We at Thinkerviews always try exploring new books in various genres and share our unbiased views and reviews with all our readers. We were curious to read The Mists of Brahma, the Patala Prophecy, Book 2 by Christopher Doyle since its release. Due to various reasons, it took a while, but finally we got a chance to read it, and today I am sharing my thoughts about the same. The book, as expected, moves the story ahead from where it was left in Son of Brigu, the Patala Prophecy, Book 1. Have you read it? If not, then also don't worry. You can read this second installment as a standalone book. Of course, there are many things you need to imagine in terms of connecting dots, but otherwise, it will be a nice reading experience. Of course, it will urge you to read the previous book in the series as a side effect. I will share a quick link to the book review of Son of Brigu, the Patala Prophecy, Book 1 in the description below for your quick reference. By the way, we are planning to give away a paperback copy of Son of Brigu, the Patala Prophecy, Book 1 in future. Just let us know your thoughts about the same, and based on your response, we can plan to host the giveaway. Tell me, how many times you bought a book based on its attractive cover and later you found it not up to the expectations? A fantastic book cover doesn't guarantee to have an equally interesting story viewed within the book, but it definitely affects the purchase and or reading decisions for sure. Definitely, we shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but a great book requires an impressive cover too to be recognized by the readers. The challenge for the cover designer is to reflect the story and title both through his or her design. Here, the designer has the following objects to think for: a prophecy and mists. The prophecy is written in Brahma Bhasha, the language unknown. So he or she needs to keep that in mind as well. The designer did a decent job here. Due to the representation of the mist, the cover page has a light background. For the object on which the prophecy is written, the color of wood is picked. Various letters and symbols written in the background gives the cover page an interesting look. Overall, a modest cover that remains true to the story and the title. Let us take a bird's eye view of the book plot. After the tragic attack on the Gurukul, it is still recovering. Arjun, along with his Kshatriya friends, is busy in taking his warrior lessons, while their Rishi counterparts are undergoing their mantra training. It seems that they are back in their routine. Jignesh and other members of Sangha are busy evaluating the events and finalizing their next plan. Obviously, finding the missing parts of the prophecy is their priority. However, they know that they cannot approach Devalok for that by any means, at least at this stage. So, finding what they can from the Gandharva Lok is their main task. They also need to predict the next action of Shukra, the son of Brigu, and it seems almost impossible. But they need to prepare their security against almost everything that can go wrong. Maya is busy with her lessons from Maharshi Satyavachana. She has to master the art of traveling anywhere using her soul, using her thoughts. It is indeed a very tough task. Actually, the word tough seems quite tamed here, and even learned rishis find it very difficult. But well, there is no other option. Police officer Ranjit Kapoor finds the event happened at Mr. Upadhyay and Mr. Trivedi's house is quite mysterious. He wants to go to the root of the cause. When he is trying to explore and connect the dots, he found it getting more and more mysterious. If that is not all, there is another curious case of mysterious death came to his kitty. A girl seems dead before 15 days of her death. How can you explain this? And the trails to all these incidents lead him to investigate in Allahabad too. If that is not all, he needed to prioritize other cases in between as per the commissioner's order. The only positive thing in his kitty is the subordinates he found to work with at Allahabad. They have a quite similar attitude as their leader and they are logical and intelligent too. But what Shukra is doing? Well, he is busy with many conspiracies as expected. He is closely watching almost everything he can. He wants to test the abilities of Vishwaraj and Arjun both. In a battle, it is equally important to know your strengths and weaknesses and the same of the opponents. Where does Mists of Brahma came into the picture then? Well, you need to explore the story to know it by yourself. It will be more fun knowing it that way rather than discussing it in a summarized manner here. Here are my unbiased thoughts for this book. I will try to keep as many spoilers at the bay as many possible, but please be advised that some of them are inevitable, so please listen to the part forward with that consent. The canvas of the story is quite big. The fictional incidents happened in the story explored in this book happens in Bhulok, Gandharvalok, Devalok and various layers of Patala in addition to the mists of Brahma. The author, however, is capable enough to bind them all with a link in a very convincing manner. The incidents have happened in various timelines, but mostly the story moves ahead in a linear manner, retelling mythology and weaving a completely new story by referring some of the original characters and linking them to the fictional ones is not an easy task. Christopher does this challenging task in quite a convincing manner. What I like about the book are the sci-fi elements. While the fictional part is quite larger, the author has brilliantly tried infusing scientific explanations where possible. I consider it as a success of the author that the fictional incidents look convincing. Be it the body armor concept, or traveling without physical bodies, or opening of the portal that will remind you of a wormhole, though the word is not mentioned, they all are explained very well. While reading the book, you cannot stop yourself from appreciating the author for his extensive research work. In the acknowledgements section, he mentions various of his sources. I like the use of Sanskrit phrases and mantras at various spells. I like the use of Sanskrit phrases and mantras as various spells. The author has mentioned taking the help of Shubhavilas and others for the research work. It is good to see the camaraderie between these two authors. The book has many characters. Here are some of their names: Maya, Arjun, Adira, Agatsya, Satyavachan, Kanak Pratap, Jignesh, Vishwaraj, Shukra, Diksha, Shri Ram, Mr. Kapoor, Mirza, Ratan Tiwari, Usha, Parth, Varun, Tanveer, and others. It is not easy to give all of them their own importance. The author tries to balancing the same, and he is successful at a large extent. I like the way the characters of Kapoor, Mirza, and other fellows from the police department are explored. They are hardworking, intelligent, and reasonable. No matter how many bad experiences we have with the department or such cases come to limelight, there are many honest officers who does their job like a prayer, and that is what makes the institution still relevant. The way the character of Maya is explored in the book is quite commendable. She is a strong willed girl. Of course, she is vulnerable, but who is not? And exploration of her vulnerabilities and weaknesses make her real. She is the protagonist of this book. So, those who talk about female empowerment should see the exploration of her character in this book and will understand what a strong female character should look like. If you are a Harry Potter stories fan, you will draw a lot of parallels from characters to spells and mantras, terms like muggles and sads. The word could possibly have derived from sadharan, common man, and much more. These parallels work both positive and negative. These parallels work in both positive and negative ways. It also shows how much we are engrossed into the Western way of storytelling and their stories that we forgot some of our ancient tales. Of course, we must get the best from all the cultures and ethnicities, but we must also know the things from our own world of stories. The pace of the book remains gripping almost throughout. It will force you to finish the tale as soon as possible. When I have looked at the list of chapters in the book, I thought this book might have covered a lot. And it is quite possible that the story is complete with this installment itself. I am quite wrong though. Despite being a long book, it is gripping and it makes you crave for the rest of the story. The book has some fantastic lines, which are character defining or conveys an important message. It has some one-liners, and yes, there are some satirical punches too. Here I am quoting some of them so you can get the idea about the quality of writing you can expect from the book. I have a strong urge to talk about each of the quotes I mentioned below, but I think I should restrict myself from doing so to avoid spoilers. None of us is born superior to any other human or inferior to others. It is the attachment to the material world and its distractions, or the lack of it, that sets a person on the path to remaining a sad or breaking free. You cannot fear something that you are connected to, that you are a part of. He will be ready soon, Kanak Pratap admitted grudgingly. Soon? But will it be soon enough? No one spoke. Nothing is impossible, he said finally. We are limited only by our thinking, by the boundaries that we set for ourselves. And remember, the use of force and violence to achieve one's goals is the refuge of the weak or the desperate. When I can get what I want through the use of intelligence, cunning, and guile, why should I resort to brute force and mayhem? Arjun said nothing, but his silence carried more meaning than any words could. It didn't matter if the rules made sense or not. For Agastya, they were sacrosanct. They existed, therefore they had to be followed, without question. And I need to have friends like you who can tell me where to get off. And that is the mark of any great leader, isn't it? To be able to listen, to accept contrarian opinions, and change course when required. If you can control your thoughts, you can control your emotions and you will achieve peace. Suspend your judgment. All of us humans are born with an innate capacity to make spontaneous and instinctive judgments about everything around us. We look at something and judge it as good or bad. And very often we do this without even knowing much about whatever we are judging. No one can ever be completely ready to face the unforeseen. You really don't know what you have until you no longer have it. Not all of us are ready to confront new truths about ourselves, our past life, and our actions in it do influence the circumstances of our birth and some of the things that happen in our present life. But many things that happen in our lives are a result of the choices we make and the decisions we take. I think some of the lines in the book could have a better impact if the author has used different words. For example, we cannot wait any longer. We have humored you so far and acceded to your request to wait. But I must ask, why are we waiting? Here, instead, humor, honored seems to be a better word. So, what is the conclusion? Well, overall, an interestingly told mythology blended a little into sci fi, which is a good choice for the thriller lovers. I like reading this book. Thinkerview's rating around 8 stars out of 10. So, have you already read the book? Are you planning to read it? What do you think about this book review? Do you find it helpful in deciding whether to go for the book or not? Please do share your genuine remarks via comments below. If you have enjoyed listening to the review, please hit the like button and do not forget to share it with your friends and other fellows whom you think such reviews interest more. Till we meet with our next podcast, bye bye, take care, namaskar.